Hey there guys, it's XI Forsaken, and in the video I'm going to be showing you today, I'm going to go over an infinite ancient civilization parts and various other precious resources that you can get from killing legendary pals, and just about any pal that you can mount, you'll be able to do this glitch on. So let's get started. To get started, all you got to do is craft a meat cleaver if you haven't already gotten one already. And with said meat cleaver, all you got to do is deploy the pal that you're trying to butcher, which I'm going to start off with Beacon just for an example. I'd recommend before even trying with the legendary pals, you perfect this method using something else, because it's going to be a lot harder to replace those and it's going to be annoying. I like to do Beacon because I have an egg where I've been duping him and been able to just keep repeating this glitch on end. If you do this wrong, you'll end up losing the pal, so it's best to just kind of practice on those. When you're doing this, my favorite way and the easiest way I've done this is counting to 3. So when you start the butchering, just count to 3. And right here, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, and then mount. And if you get it at the right time, you'll be able to get on top of the pal and it will work out perfectly. It's not quite 3 seconds, but it's very close. I like to kind of get it right at the 3-second mark. The second I see the blur pop up is when I start my countdown. So once you've counted to 3, and you can kind of work on what works for you. I like to do 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, because that's just the way I've learned how to do it. But whichever way works, just kind of get your timing down. And once you've perfected it on a less rare pal, then move on to the legendaries. With the legendaries, it's kind of nice to do them because you're getting a lot of ancient civilization parts, which are kind of necessary for various things that you're crafting at the higher levels, as well as some of the... So make sure you're just being very cautious with this. There's a lot of different glitches that can happen while doing this. It's not guaranteed. Like, there's an elevator that you can do where it launches you all the way up to the sky barrier in the game, and then you just fall back down, which I'll be showing you here. And if you had to ask me, this is one of my favorite glitches because when you're doing the butchering, you can either dupe your items, you're going to get your ancient civilization part, your pearls, your entrails, all this and that. And there's a lot of other glitches that happen when doing this, just like that one launched me all the way up to the sky barrier. There's other ones where, like, you'll get God mode, and which with the God mode one, I'm actually going to be putting a clip of that here at the end of this video and just kind of go over it because it's random. It just depends on the timing. That 3 seconds that I was telling you to count to, it just depends on where at you lie on that. Sometimes if you get it at the real late timing, you'll get the God mode. If you get it real early, you're probably not going to get anything. And depending on, somewhere in the middle is where you get that elevator. And this is even one of the other side effects of it. If you mess up and you accidentally butcher your pal and you get a weird timing with it, you'll be able to do the T-pose flying. And I don't know, it's pretty cool to do the T-pose flying because most people don't realize that if you spam the spacebar, you're able to fly a lot farther than you would if you just let it fly straight out. It's definitely a good one to do, and if you're noticing, I'm not having depleting stamina because I'm using a couple of exploits to just kind of have infinite stamina in that just for the tutorial purposes. They have no interference with the glitches that I'm showing you. I'd just like to emphasize that. And this is a private world of mine. This is on my own dedicated server, so I don't have to worry about being banned and stuff, but do not do this stuff on official servers. That's my recommendation, because if you get banned off of official servers, I'm not quite sure what would happen, but I imagine in the future it's going to mess up your ability to play on official servers. So don't go doing that because it'll ruin your experience and the experience for other people, and you don't want to do that. So getting further ahead here, I'm going to be showing you the butchering part, and if you don't get it, you're not going to get any resources. Your pal will actually get glitched out. You won't actually be able to fly them for a while. And to fix this issue, all you got to do is throw them inside your pal box and bring them back out, and it'll be fine. So it's not like you're breaking your pal forever. You're going to be able to ride them and use them just like you normally would. And as you see, I got the precious dragonstone there, but I didn't get everything from it. So as you can see, where we were at the beginning is where the items are dropping. And I actually got the real late timing here, which is the precursor for the God mode. So just kind of pay attention there. But those items are dropping right by the pal box. And if you wait long enough while you're on the dead pal, it'll spawn you back at your pal box, the nearest one. So it's good to do this at the base that you want it done at. And your player technically has a God mode right now. And you can die in this state one more time. And what happens when you die in this state, it actually does some weird glitching. So as you can see, my camera angle is super messed up here. And it's just one of the side effects of doing these kind of glitches. It really desyncs the game and makes it a little weird to operate. But after a while here, I try and do some of the butchering. I'm trying to figure out where my meat cleaver is so that way I can actually do the butchering. And the only way I can see that is when I was hopping out of the water. I try to do one more farming of their resources so that way I've got those in my inventory just so it's better for the video. And now, as you can see, I'm kind of in some weird state right now in the game where I just can't die. And even though I hit respawn several times, nothing's happening. Don't go ahead and leave. Don't do anything else here. Just wait for the timer to teleport you back to your base just like it did before. I'm over here just kind of rolling around waiting for the timer to go out. But when the timer goes out, you'll eventually be teleported back to your pal box like this. And once you're back at your pal box, you can pretty much do everything that you could do regular. I'd bring a different pal to ride. I haven't been able to actually have a pal that I can hop onto because a lot of your options aren't even really there. You can't jump, you can't mount any of your pals, but you are able to actually slide. There's no hill in this area because I'm doing this out at my tree base just because it's a lot easier to show some of these glitches. And the crazy part about this is your person has God mode, your pals do not. Your pals can actually be damaged by other pals and bosses and this and that. So you just got to be a little wary of that. As you can see when I'm even looking up here, your pals are stored above your person, and that's why you elevate all the way up to the sky barrier when you get the right timing for hopping on them. But besides that, you can go ahead and fight anything you want. It's going to be like 2 FPS when you're in the area because things don't render in like they normally should. But you'll be able to keep throwing your pals out, and as long as you're a little cognitive of when they're getting low on health, you can pull them back into your inventory and they won't die, and you can just keep cycling through that, and eventually you're going to be able to beat whoever you're fighting. As long as you don't let any of your pals die, they'll be able to do the damaging. And yeah, if you found this glitch helpful, please drop a like on the video, and if you have any questions especially, please drop a comment down below. I'll try and get back to you and try and help you get these glitches figured out so that way you're able to perform them too. And a subscription to my channel because there may be future glitches that I upload that you may want to see and you don't want to miss out on. Thanks for watching, and until next time, peace.